Just want to offer a brief teaching this morning. Orthodox liturgical music. So we do have music as a part of our service. It's actually an integral part of our service. Unlike many Christian groups, we really don't have spoken services. Our services are sung. And there's an element of we sing our services to offer our best to the glory of God. I know that there tends to be this dichotomy drawn out in church music. And I've actually experienced one extreme. There's this thing about the choir and the priest, and that's all there is. I actually visited a parish once, back in the ancient days. They had a choir loft in the back. And I thought it was odd because every time the choir would do something, they would pitch. So if, as you can imagine, the beginning of Divine Liturgy, the priest is up front. In peace, let us pray to the Lord. Doom, doom, doom. Lord, have mercy. For the peace from above, the salvation of our souls. Doom, doom, doom. Lord, have mercy. Nobody in the nave sang. It was kind of this tennis match. And they even they had like a little electric piano and they would pitch every time. And so it was really just a tennis game. And that's not Orthodox music. By the same token, there is this sense on the other end where we don't need musicians and we just kind of all get together and sing. Well, that's problematic as well. And I want to explain more on that and explain what Orthodox liturgical music is supposed to look like. And we have to keep in mind the nature of Orthodox liturgical music. Take a typical weekend in an Antiochian parish. Per our archdiocese, we offer 3 services every weekend. Saturday night Vespers, Sunday morning Orthros, and Sunday morning Liturgy. Kind of the typical thing for those of us who go to church is we'll come for liturgy. We'll come for one of those 3 services. But if you look at the time involved, it really is the sort of thing where 2/3 of the time in Orthodox worship on a weekend is Orthros and Vespers. We don't spend the majority of our time in liturgy. But I know that can lead to a perspective where liturgy is the most important thing. And you probably see in your bulletin, the first hymn that we sing, Hymn of the Resurrection, tone 1. There are 8 tones, and we rotate every week. So next week will be tone 2. The week after is Christmas, so we won't worry about that. But typically, it goes through that. And what we see in liturgy is that one hymn. But in Orthros and in Vespers, there are a whole set of hymns for each of those services proper to that tone. And so there's a lot that goes into offering those services week in, week out. Not just Sunday liturgy. So we need musicians. And the roles are very well spelled out. Like when we are doing all of these hymns, there's actually a long prayer I'm reading silently. I'm not supposed to be singing when we do all those hymns after the entrance because I'm supposed to be praying. By the same token, there's a lot that happens in the anaphora where you all are singing and I'm up here reading prayers silently to God. And so I get set aside. So a lot of it is the musicians lead us, and there are even things that the musicians have to do for us. Let's just take it outside of Sunday liturgy as well. Bishop comes, hierarchical liturgy. Different animal from what we see week in, week out. All kinds of music, all kinds of different things, special because the bishop's here. Somebody needs to take care of that. Our church musicians. And we get into all sorts of things. Feast day liturgies. There's special music for feast day liturgies. We get into Lent, the Akathist hymn. And we sing it, 5 times a year, and then we have most of a year to forget it. Church musicians have to lead us in that. Pre-sanctified liturgies during Lent. That has special music. Church musicians need to lead us in that. And then we get into Holy Week and Pascha. The Pascha service itself, of course, the liturgy, which is at the very end, is pretty straightforward. But there is all of that at the beginning and all the things that we do. Church musicians have to lead us in that. And so there is a necessity for church musicians in every parish.